and welcome back to day 2 of National School Lunch Week. I'm Jessica Shelley. I'm the Director of Student Dining Services at Cincinnati Public Schools, and we are back again getting wild about school lunches at the Cincinnati Zoo and Botanical Gardens. I'm joined today by our interim Chief Operating Officer, Connie Solino, and we are at the Wings of the World. Now, it might be 75 degrees out today, but I'm wearing a sweater. Can you guess why I have to put a sweater on so that I don't get chilly? What bird do you think we're visiting today at Wings of the World? Let's find out. Did you guess penguins? Because you're right. We're here today to figure out, what do penguins eat? What do they enjoy to eat for their lunch? So are you ready to feed some fish? Because joining us back again from Zoo Academy is Taya Richard, and she's going to help us feed the fish today. We have really big fish that are going to be going for our king penguins, and we have smaller fish for our Rockhopper penguins. So we are here with keeper Ricky. Ricky, who is your friend you brought out for us?
This is Iggy, and Iggy is a juvenile Rockhopper penguin. One way you can tell it's a juvenile is because, as you can see, the Rockhoppers in there, they have long yellow feathers right around their head there, and he hasn't grown in his yet. So as he'll get older, they'll grow in longer and yellow. But yeah, this is Iggy.
So how many fish do your penguins eat each day?
So it depends on the size of the fish. But as you can see, one of the Magellanics right now just grabbed the fish. They jumped in the water to eat it. Typically, they eat about 3 or 4 fish a day.
And do they eat the same kind of fish?
Yeah, so we have two main types of fish we feed here. Herring is one of them, and the other one is a species of fish called silver sides.
So where is he from?
This species of penguin is from the southern part of South America.
So why don't we have penguins in the North Pole?
Well, that's an interesting question. So all penguin species live in the southern hemisphere. And we have some penguin species that actually live on the equator called the Galapagos penguin. But in the northern hemisphere, we have a similar species that acts similar to penguins, but not quite like penguins. They're called auks and puffins. And they look just like penguins, except they can fly. And penguins can't fly. So they feel the same niche in the ecosystem.
So how do they stay warm in these cold, icy waters? Because it's pretty cold in there.
Well, they have a dense layer of feathers and a lot of fat, obviously. But penguins have the most feathers per square inch on their body than any bird species. They have about 70 to 90. And funny question about them staying cool or staying warm in here. Of the 17 species of penguins, actually most of them are considered warm weather penguins. So a lot of penguin species can handle weather similar to Cincinnati. In fact, some penguin species, it can get too cold for them and they can get frostbite on their toes. So they have to be kept at a certain warm enough temperature.
You made an interesting point. You said that penguins don't fly.
Correct.
Why is that?
Well, so penguins don't fly because they're too heavy to fly. So most aquatic animals, when you spend a lot of time in the water, I'm going to set Iggy down right here. And this is Burger, our old friend Burger here, who's the oldest king penguin in North America. But when you live in the water, you can afford to be way heavier because the water is supporting their weight. So most aquatic animals are actually relatively heavy compared to land animals. And since they don't need to fly, they also don't need to have adaptations for lightness. So a lot of bird species have adaptations to allow them to stay lighter so that they can fly. Like, for example, most people don't know this, but laying eggs is an adaptation for flight. Because unlike with mammals, when you're carrying a baby around for months or however long, you lay the eggs and you're still mobile and able to fly. So that actually is and not having teeth and other types of heavy components of your body.
You just gave us a lot of great science information about physics of buoyancy and density in water, and also how penguins have evolved and been able to survive throughout their time with us here on Earth. This is wonderful. what kind of, we know fish is their favorite food, but we feed them for good nutrition. And we serve fish at our schools as well at school lunch because it's good, healthy fats and omega-3s. And actually the American Heart Association recommends that we serve, that as humans, we eat at least 2 servings of fish every week. So do all these healthy nutrients help the penguins as well?
Absolutely. In fact, with the cold weather species of penguins, or penguins in general, there is a belief, this hasn't been scientifically proven, but some of us believe that they need a certain type of fatty fish to keep their feathers in good condition. And we've learned that, and we've learned, this is anecdotal evidence, but if you feed them fish that isn't of the right type, they have feather issues. So they have to have the proper nutrition for developing feathers. One interesting thing about penguins that makes them kind of different from a lot of other bird species is penguins molt all their feathers at one time. So every year, once a year, the new feathers push out the old feathers and they shed them all at the same time. And they look really kind of raggedy in here. And then it takes about 2 weeks and then they get a fresh new coat of feathers. And then when they have their fresh new coat of feathers, that's when breeding season starts. And then when they're going looking for a girlfriend or boyfriend, that's when that comes along.
So just like we need good nutrition that we get from our school lunches, the penguins need good nutrition so that they can grow and find a mate to make babies, like Iggy is.
Exactly. And another interesting thing about penguins and nutrition, their ability to eat. So they swallow fish whole because they don't have teeth. That's another interesting thing about penguins. So they don't have teeth, so they just swallow the fish whole, and they have a digestive system very similar to humans, where it goes right into our bellies. Other bird species have something called a gizzard, and it's right around their throat area that they eat actually small stones, and it helps grind up their food. Whereas penguins can swallow their food whole, and their digestive system takes care of it that way.
So Iggy's a baby.
Yes.
But I don't see any trees. So how does he have, if he was a baby in an egg, where was their nest?
Yeah, so rockhoppers actually built little nests out of rocks. And that's not why they're named rockhoppers. They're named rockhoppers because they hop around on rocks. But also they take little pebbles and they put them together and build a nest with them. And so, and it's just right on one of those ledges. You see that pair of rockhoppers up there? They can hop around, they can jump really, really far, and they can climb up on rock ledges, and then they build their nests up on rock ledges like that.
So do you have any leopards in here?
His parents are right over there in the corner.
Uh-oh, we can't, I don't know if we can see them, but they're hiding.
Yeah, they're hanging
There
out
are
together
Iggy's
up there.
parents.
Yep, Iggy's parents are up there.
Do we probably have more Iggy's in the future coming?
That is
More
our
baby
hope.
penguins?
That is our hope, and as we provide them. So another sign of actually having good nutrition for a penguin, or birds in general, or animals in general, is their ability to reproduce, to have babies. Because if they're not healthy, they can't actually take care of babies and have the ability to do it. Another interesting thing about nutrition is because birds lay eggs, they actually need to absorb a lot of calcium.
Oh, you know what has a lot of calcium?
Exactly, fish.
Fish! Fish has a lot of calcium.
And so we have to make sure they have a high calcium diet, especially for the mothers laying eggs, because their body depletes a lot of calcium producing eggs.
Yeah, fish provide so much good stuff. Calcium, zinc, magnesium, potassium, vitamin D. They're like a superfood for not only humans, but for our feathered friends like penguins. Ricky, it has been so great to talk with you today. Thank you for letting us meet Iggy and the rest of your penguin friends here at the Rings of the World here at Cincinnati Zoo Botanical Gardens. We'll see you tomorrow when we are visiting our next habitat. Where are we going next? Tune in and find out.